As you just noticed, I received the V3 Ultra from Hohem, which is the isteady V3 Ultra, actually the new smartphone gimbal from Hohem that has this detachable preview screen where I can activate all the settings without touching the gimbal itself. So now the gimbal is tracking me, and at the same time I'm trying this Boya Magic microphone, which is quite interesting because they say this is a 4-in-1 microphone, so we can use it just like this. We can use it on a camera on a smartphone with USB-C. Now I'm using it with the USB-C adapter with my iPhone 16 Pro Max, or we can use it just as a clip-on microphone like any other wireless mic on the market. So this video is not gonna be about the tech or the specifications for these two, whether the isteady V3 Ultra from Hohem or this Boya Magic, but I'm going to test them in just a regular vlog. Let us start. Actually, the weather is quite bad these days here in my region. It has been raining for many days, and yesterday it rained a lot. I had lots of leaks on my balcony, and today I'm trying just to wait until everything is dry so I can try to fix it. But it was raining just before, and apparently it will rain in few minutes, in maybe few tenths of minutes. So yeah, now we have a little break in the rain. I got these two, so I want just to test them and to share with you some new thoughts. So just before I start, to be honest and transparent, I bought this isteady V3 Ultra with my own money to test it out, because I've been testing the Osmo Mobile 7P from DJI, as well as the Insta360 Flow 2 and Flow 2 Pro. And Hohem reached out, they asked me if I would like to try this one before it was released, but because I changed my address, they told me that this one was shipped to the old address, but I didn't get anything. And I don't want to be late on the game, so I just bought it to try it out. But Boya sent me this Boya Magic to test it for free, This is not a sponsored video, and I'm not going to get deep into specs of these two items in this video, just to be clear. And now we can start. I just tried to make the tracking thing with this one, but because I have an uneven ground, my gimbal as well as my phone fell off on the ground directly. It was not so high, so everything is cool, no damages. I don't know if you noticed, but it's a little bit windy here, and I'm discovering this new path, this new place in the neighborhood, and it looks very nice. I'm really curious to see how everything will be, maybe in some different seasons here. And I'm using the native camera application of my iPhone at 0.5x, which is the widest field of view possible. And I'm not using the Hohem camera app. So yeah, this is basically the image coming out from the native application of my iPhone 16 Pro Max. So a few days ago, I got a message on Instagram from one of my followers asking me, are you still keeping up with the intermittent fast? So I answered him, and I wanted to talk about this topic here today, because actually it's been 2 months since I started the intermittent fast. I made it, well, non-stop for a month, and then, or a little bit more than a month. Wow, lots of fruits here, lots of fruitful trees. Interesting. This is an apple tree here. Anyway, so I made an intermittent fast for 1 full month and a little bit more. And then I started moving my house to another place, and I have lots of works to do, whether in the garage or for my business or even for my daily job. So it's a bit complicated to keep up with this, especially with the heat waves that we had a few weeks ago, and all the work I'm doing and all the effort I'm putting in the garage build, in the house moving, and so on. So it was a bit difficult, a bit hard to stay motivated, to stay energetic, and so on. So for many days I had 2 meals a day, or even 3. For example, yesterday I had breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And once again, I don't have time to exercise besides those little walks and the work I'm doing in the garage. But yeah, I'm really hoping to get better and to be more in shape, to feel better, and to have more time for some exercise, because this is something that I feel I need it now, just to stay in shape and to maintain this weight loss that I have. So before I started the intermittent fast, I was at about 87 kilos. Now I'm between 74 and 75, which is great. This was the goal of my intermittent fast, to reach this weight. I'd like to go a little bit less, maybe around 70, but with exercise and not with the intermittent fast. Because when you start the intermittent fast, the first thing you lose is water. The water will drop in your body, and this will affect the total weight, and you will see a huge weight loss. That's what I had in the first 10 days. I was losing maybe half a kilo a day. But then after you stop losing water, especially because it's very important to drink a lot and to have lots of water intake and so on. So now you start losing fat, and you start losing, of course, some muscles as well. That's why exercising is the key. And exercising is, wow, very nice place. And exercising is very important to keep up with with what I reached and with what I want to reach as well. Now I found some stable, sturdy place. I'll put my phone and I'll do some tracking. At home I made this 360 tracking with this gimbal and everything was working perfectly, but I was indoor, and now when I wanted to do it outdoor, I wasn't on an even ground, so now I'm trying it here. Let's hope there will be no wind around, because this one can break my phone literally. So yeah, I don't know how smooth is it compared to the DJI, compared to the Insta360. I can do a comparison if you are interested in that, but there is something that you have to be aware of when you're using this one. This is very sensitive to gesture control, so I highly recommend you to stop the gesture control, well, not all of them, or to avoid doing those gestures, because this gimbal is very sensitive for those, and that's, well, that might lead to things that you don't want to, like now, for example, the phone flipped because I made this. So yeah, just pay attention when you are using this gimbal and with your gestures, because this isn't obvious if you aren't used to it. So if you got this one, by the way, I bought this one with my own affiliate link and I saved 12% on Hohem web store. If you are interested, you can go check it there, and you can use my link to save 12%, which is a good deal in my opinion. But if you would like to get this one for your vacation, just get it few days ahead, so you can try it out, you can figure out how to use it and how is the best way to use this gimbal. And I would like to thank all of you who watched my previous vlog that was not about camera gear and so on. It really means a lot to me, and yeah, this video is gonna be in the same category of videos. This is not gonna be in French, only in English. But as you noticed, the video that I posted this morning, or that I posted about the Ulanzi TT88, because I'm not sure about this video when I'll be able to post it, it was in both French and English. And I hope that with this noise around, that the audio is being picked up properly with this Boya magic. It's the first time I'm using this isteady V3 Ultra from Hohem as well as this Boya magic, so bear with me and let me know your thoughts about this setup, whether you think it's something that you can carry with you for your vacation or not, or whether you have some concerns with these two products. And what are your thoughts, what are your ideas for some dedicated videos for these two. And that was everything for today. It was a very nice walk, and now I'm going back home, and yeah, maybe I'll have some time to edit this video quickly and to post it, and we see. Okay, ciao.